Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today I'm going to make my Keto Chicken Tinga in a tortilla bowl. First I'll show you how to make the chicken tinga as well as the seasoned sour cream topping from scratch. And at the end of the demonstration I will also explain a couple shortcuts that you can take to make preparing this recipe extremely fast and easy. So please do watch the entire video to get all the tips. The macronutrient ratio for this recipe is 2.4 to 1 with 13 grams of total carbs, 5.8 grams of soluble fiber, 1.3 grams of insoluble fiber, resulting in only 5.9 grams of net carbs per entire serving, which includes the tortilla bowl and all the fixings. There are 3 simple steps to preparing this entire meal. First, I make the hard shell tortilla bowls using my tortilla and hard taco shell recipe. I'll add a link for this video in the description below. The second step is to shred the lettuce and make the flavored seasoned sour cream. To a small mixing bowl, add your sour cream, add the MCT oil, pour in your freshly squeezed lime juice, add the olive oil, or you could use just the olive oil or avocado oil instead of the MCT. That's up to you. Add your cayenne pepper, or instead of the cayenne pepper, you can add chipotle powder. It depends who I'm making this for. Sometimes I add both spices because it will create a spicier and hotter taste. Add the grated fresh garlic and the salt. Stir everything together to combine the ingredients and then place the bowl in the refrigerator. This will allow the flavors to develop. And leave the bowl in the refrigerator until you're just about ready to assemble your chicken tinga. By the way, the sour cream mixture can be stored in your refrigerator for up to 4 or 5 days, and it makes a great dip for veggies. The last step before assembling is to make your chicken tinga. I usually use either skin-on and bone-in chicken breasts or chicken thighs. Begin by heating a frying pan over medium heat, and then add a bit of ghee or unsalted butter. You don't need very much, you just need enough to season the pan. When the oil is sizzling, add the chicken pieces skin side down. By having the skin on, it keeps the meat more moist as you're broiling it, and it also enhances the flavor. Basically, I use whichever chicken parts I have in the fridge at the time that I want to make this recipe. Both the breast and the thighs are cooked the same way. Cook until the skin is golden brown, then flip and cook the other side until it too is golden brown. After you have seared both sides of the breast or thigh pieces, place the pieces skin side up on a parchment-lined cookie sheet and bake in the oven until the pieces are done. The timing for how long you need to bake will depend on the thickness of your chicken pieces. Don't overcook. You want the meat to be done, but still very juicy. Remember, the meat will still have some cooking time when you combine it with the other ingredients in the skillet. So after you've roasted your chicken, take it out of the oven and let it cool down for a few minutes so that you can handle it and shred it without burning yourself. In the meanwhile, in your skillet which has the leftover chicken fat, add your jalapeno pepper halves which you've trimmed and removed the seeds. Place them in the skillet skin side down. Then fry until the skin is browned. Flip over and fry until your jalapeno peppers are softened, and then remove them from the pan and place them on the cutting board to cool down. By now your roasted chicken pieces have cooled. It's time to remove the skin and then remove the meat from the bones. Using your hands, shred the chicken into large mouth-sized pieces and then set the shredded chicken aside for a moment. Now back to the skillet again and set your element heat to medium-low. Add your butter or ghee and let it melt. Then toss the chopped onions and quartered cherry tomatoes into the frying pan. As the vegetables sauté, stir them occasionally. Sauté until the onions are translucent. By this time the tomatoes will be done as well. While the onions are sautéing, take this opportunity to chop the fried jalapeno peppers. Keep chopping until they look minced into very small pieces. I'm using my fried jalapenos as a replacement for the chipotle chilies in adobo sauce. That's because I can't find that in my local grocery stores. When you notice that the onions are translucent, add the shredded chicken to the frying pan and stir. Sprinkle your minced jalapeno peppers on top, and also sprinkle the fajita mix on top as well, and then toss until the chicken is well coated with all the ingredients. When the chicken's completely coated, add the water and stir well again. Turn up your element heat to medium. and bring the liquid to a light simmer. Continue cooking, stirring the entire time as you cook for 5 more minutes. Turn off your stovetop element and remove the pan from heat. Now it's time to assemble the chicken tinga tortilla bowls. Since this recipe is for 6, you can make all 6 of your taco bowls, or however many prepared hard and crispy taco bowls that you plan to serve. The first layer in the tortilla bowl should be the shredded romaine or iceberg lettuce. Add most of 1/6, which is equal to 1 serving of the prepared chicken tinga, on top of the lettuce, but keep a few pieces of chicken aside. Then add a layer of the prepared sour cream mixture on top of the shredded chicken pieces. And then take the reserved chicken pieces and put it on top of the sour cream. At this point, the toppings you choose to add are up to you and optional. I like to finish my keto chicken tinga in a tortilla bowl with 2 quartered cherry tomatoes, a sprinkling of chopped cilantro, and sometimes I also add about half a small cubed avocado. The reason we really like this chicken tinga in a tortilla bowl is because it presents really beautifully. It's quite easy to make, but most of all, we think it's a lot of fun to eat because you just break pieces of the bowl to scoop up the ingredients. I almost forgot to mention, as a final burst of flavor, I serve a wedge of lime or squeeze a few drops of lime juice on top of the chicken tinga. I hope that you will enjoy this recipe. Now for the shortcut. If you have any leftover chicken from a previous recipe, or you want to buy a grocery store prepared rotisserie chicken, you can use any parts of your leftover chicken or your rotisserie chicken, not just the breasts or thighs. The shredded combination of light and dark meat will work very well together. And once you've shredded your chicken, the rest of the instructions are the same. The second shortcut is to use just plain sour cream or full-fat Greek yogurt instead of my seasoned sour cream. And these 2 substitutions will save you a lot of time and effort. As I mentioned earlier, in the upcoming video, I will demonstrate 2 different ways to make the hard taco bowls. Until next time, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and turn on your notification bell. The link for the printable keto chicken tinga in a tortilla bowl, as well as the hard shell taco recipe, will be posted in the description below.